Good morning. A mantra from the very end of the teachings in Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter towards the end. And we will chant. Gita means a song, and then see. Om Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hriddesherjunatishthati Hriddesherjunatishthati Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantrarudhani Mayaya Yantrarudhani Mayaya. I will show once more. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hriddesherjunatishthati Hriddesherjunatishthati Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantrarudhani Mayaya Yantrarudhani Mayaya. And together. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hriddesherjunatishthati Brahmayan Sarvabhutani Yantrarudhani Mayaya. So the very first word, Ishvara. You know, words, names, nouns, whatever, have a root at their root. It's a verb root, and Ish is the root. One syllable always. Ish is to be powerful, to govern, to rule, to be the Lord. So Ishvara became a noun. It's translated as the Lord. And what is the Lord? It is supreme consciousness, after all. People translate God. Here God is the great I am. Never to be confused with the individual I am associated with the ego, the empirical, psychological self. Cosmic I am, when you consider the whole universe as one unit, one entity, that consciousness in charge is Ishvara already. Even in charge of the individual is Ishvara. There's only one I am. And certainly the absolute I am, you can still call Ishvara or Isha. But normally we say Brahman or Purushottama. So many words in Sanskrit, but our Guru did this ingenious thing for us, so we should learn to distinguish when are we coming from our individual self, when do we feel that oneness with the cosmic consciousness, and when are we beyond even the universe. That is the goal ultimately, within and beyond. It can never be explained in language, never mind. So we take one verse at a time. Ishvara, whatever you like to translate, God or the Lord or the Supreme Consciousness. Sarvabhutanam, Sarvabhutanam. Sarva is all, bhutas is beings, of all beings. Hriddeshe, Hriddeshe. Hrid means the heart, the center of our being. Desha is place or space. So in the space of the heart, the innermost space. And here the word was Arjuna. The A got swallowed up because of Sandhi. Sandhi, it is called when there's a change of sound, but no change of meaning. So you need to know what it was. Before Sandhi, it was just Arjuna being addressed. Arjuna is the disciple, as we well know, in the Bhagavad Gita, representing possibly all of us. Krishna is the cosmic consciousness incarnated as the world teacher through Arjuna. He teaches all of us. He's the teacher, but he's speaking, so Arjuna is being addressed. Oh, Arjuna. That can be inserted anywhere. That Lord of all is Tishtati, means is located, stands, abides, resides, remains in the space of the heart of all beings. What does he do there? Brahmayan, Brahmayan. Making, who is coming still, but making them all whirl around, moving them, the beings. Brahmayan, Sarvabhutani, Sarvabhutani. You see, different ending. It's the same word, but the different ending, different function in the sentence. Making all those beings, the infinitely many beings that the universe is composed of, making them whirl around. It gets worse. Yantra arudhani, yantra arudhani, as if arudha means mounted on top of something, placed. Yantra, some kind of machine that goes around and around. It reminds me inevitably of my childhood, what you call merry-go-round. You sit on your own horse and goes up and down and round. This is what it reminds of. That is the merry-go-round and sometimes not so merry-go-round. Yantra. Yantra is some kind of, doesn't have to be an industrial machine, but some contraption, some device, something mechanical to make it go round. Isn't that something? Maya, but it is only due to Maya. Maya is from the word Maya, which is used quite widely. Maya is often translated as this cosmic delusion that all beings are under, thinking they're separate. Maya is really nothing but cosmic energy. And it's a feminine noun in her function of making all beings, which might include us, be careful, all beings excludes none. All beings, making them feel separate. Maya has two functions. This is Vedanta, you may call it a philosophy, but it's very, you can feel it, the truth in it. Maya has two functions, famously. One is avarana. She covers the fact that there's only the one. There is only the one. And vikshepa, she projects the perception of the many, 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 the infinitely many different, often conflicting beings and states of being. And the whole universe, after all, is cosmic energy manifested. Maya, it is Maya. So if we feel we are not that one, the great I am, instead we feel we are the small I am in bondage and being whirled around and whirled about by this force out of our own control, then we are down here. If we meditate, we feel we are the one. When we come out of meditation, again, there are the many, not only surrounding us, but inside many personalities. There's nobody exception to that law either. We have many personalities. Why? Because we've had, according to these teachings, infinitely many lifetimes already. And all those memories are still there in the deep subconscious and unconscious, collective unconscious. superconscious also. These are words. But the many beings, we are them. If we don't want to feel like we're being whirled around by Maya, our own illusion, which is cosmic at the same time, all beings are finding themselves in that. If we don't want, then the next verse also will be comforting. Go for protection, means with your mind, go inside to the very center where the Lord dwells. With all your being, it says, you meditate and you find protection. In the center of all the Maya, it is called the unmoved mover, that Ishvara. The unmoved mover. And not directly doing anything either. You can say you don't like that kind of a God. I don't either, by the way. But you don't have to feel that you are only the physical, mental, ego-based, separate, individual being. You can feel in meditation right away that in your heart you're not separate. You're one with the source already. Every meditation should be a rehearsal to feel that. Otherwise it's scary because you're not in control. No individual, even if they try, it doesn't work to control everything. The destiny of the world, it is in the hands of the one only. So Ishvara is that form of the supreme consciousness in everybody's heart. From inside, controlling the destiny of everybody. So much application you can think of this, but I think we first need to chant it again to appreciate. The real meaning is in those sounds, and no extra words should be needed, but I'm making many extra words here. Anyway, Om Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddesherjunatishthati Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantrarudhani Mayaya. There will naturally be different melodies people use. Slightly different one, let's see. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddesherjunatishthati Hriddesherjunatishthati Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantrarudhani Mayaya Yantrarudhani Mayaya. Together. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hriddesherjunatishthati Brahmayan Sarva Bhutani Yantrarudhani Mayaya. Sometimes it is also called the wheel of Brahman. This whole entire universe and our existence in it, it's part of that wheel. The center of the wheel doesn't move. This is the simile. The very center is motionless, and the more you get towards the periphery, the faster the motion. Don't get lost there. Meditation means coming to the center, the still center in us. And that's where God lives, as it says here. That God is the existential God, not far away in some heaven that is guarded by certain figures, not letting sinners like us in. Also, it's impressed upon us that we must be sinners because here we are. But it is way beyond all that. Yes, we find ourselves out of control of what's happening, even in our own mind. That happens. That's the human condition. Sarva Bhutani, we are part of that. But Gita has the message of meditation. And let us just see. The English, you see the next one is very comforting. It doesn't end like this. So our Professor Sharma's simple translation of this verse, O Arjuna, God resides in the heart of all beings, causing all beings to whirl around as if mounted on a machine by the power of Maya. But then the next verse is lovely. Tameva sharanam gacha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim sthanam prapsyasi shashvatam. Seek shelter in him alone, in that Ishvara, in all respects, O Arjuna. Through his grace you will attain supreme peace, the eternal abode. It's a firm promise. But we have to decide. We don't like the being whirled about anymore. We want to meditate more seriously. And the worse it gets in that Maya universe, the more we should just feel it's telling us to meditate, because there's no control. Otherwise, you will have natural control through your very own heart, which is better than relying on anybody else. Let us chant again. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddesher junatishthati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantrarudhani mayaya yantrarudhani mayaya. Nothing to add. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.